ready for what should be a good night. So hope everyone's doing alright tonight. Sorry it's a little bit later than normal, but I had some things to take care of, so may as well take care of it while I can and get everything ready. So certainly hope everyone is doing well as we kind of take a look. Figure I might do a quick game of just to kind of get things going. But yeah, Nba2k14, interesting, fun game. I still, it kind of still, one of the reasons why I still play it is to kind of remind myself of, just how far games like this has come. It's come pretty good ways from the good old days of, I would say like 2K8, 2K9, and all that, those type games. So every year the game has improved each and every year, and to me, even leading up to, of course, to me the best NBA 2K game, to me, 2K11 with Michael Jordan on the cover, still to me the best ever game. And of course 2K14 was the first 2K game that was released on the PS4. Hey Mike and lady, how's it going? So I figured get ourselves a little bit throwback nostalgia type thing tonight. So we're going to be kind of like piddling around with a few teams here tonight. But since Mike and lady are here, why don't you give me who would you like to see tonight on our stream here tonight, or on NBA 2K14? What games would you like to see tonight? Going good? Awesome. So certainly hope you've had an excellent start to your weekend. As you can see, there's quite a bit of changes. Oh, I'm better than I was last night. Shawn Marion, Dirk Nowitzki, and Dallas Mavericks. Would you like to see some Mavericks here tonight? Oh, good grief. Yeah, it's doing the same thing on my end. I'm going to take it simple tonight. We'll go with some we'll do Portland tonight. We'll do Portland to kind of kick it off. But oh yeah, who would you like to see for games tonight? Okay. Any teams you want to see in particular for tonight, for our little Throwback Friday with 2K14? Alright, so we'll just kick it off with the Mavericks, and if you want to chime in on what other teams you want to see tonight, just let me know. Yeah, everything was a little different with this game. Yeah, you look at stars for the Mavericks, you got Calderon, Monte Ellis, Shawn Marion, Dirk Nowitzki, Samuel Dellenbert, and then Brandon Wright, Vince Carter, Harris, Jay Crowder, DeJuan Blair, Wayne Ellington, and then James in the middle. We think alike. Okay. Yeah, with Dirk Nowitzki, and then Damian Lillard, Wesley Matthews for Portland, Nicholas Batum, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Robin Lopez for the Portland Trail Blazers. And then look down the further end, you see CJ McCollum. He must have been really young because he is, he was not there yet as the starter yet for the team. So that's pretty interesting. Okay. All right. So here we go. And I don't know if you can hear it, but oh my gosh, that was about killing my ears. All right, so welcome everybody to the American Airlines Center as the Dallas Mavericks going to go head to head with the Portland Trail Blazers here tonight. And the lineup ends for both teams. There you see them: Aldridge, Lopez, Batum, Matthews, and of course Lillard. And then Calderon, Ellis, Marion, Nowitzki, and Dallenberg. Now, referee getting ready to toss it up. So, Sean Marion. Over to, oh, good defense there. Oh, there's 2 points. Oh, yeah, this should, oh, okay. Yeah, they really just kind of had a way of, and there's a three-pointer. Stripped the net. Monte Ellis. So 3-2 Dallas in the lead over Portland here at American Airlines Arena. As that. And as you can see some of the graphical change on the game, it's pretty interesting. Like with the scoreboard and all that good stuff. Go inside to Dallenberg as what was that? So 4-3 Portland in the lead. Yeah, some and that. Ooh, Lopez with a nice turnaround. Ooh, that ball will go out of bounds. Mavericks will stay. Oh, exactly. You know, look through this game, and you'd be amazed at how many guys are still either still in the league or not even in the league anymore. And then some of the ratings back, in the heydays, like I looked at the Milwaukee Bucks, and to say just how young Giannis Antetokounmpo was. He was a 60 rating in this game. Now, he was young too. He was 18 years old out of Greece. Now I know that Dallenberg no longer plays in the league, but he had a stellar career. And Calderon and Dallenberg with a nice rebound. And Sean Merritt, Ellis with a nice little underneath, and 8-6 Dallas in the lead. I re-downloaded this game back on my system, and I was like, that'll be. Oh, what a block by Nowitzki. Yeah, the 14 was did not have a lot of the I would say the bells and whistles like the current game has. But I tell you, it was interesting. Montiel is 8 points, perfect from the field right now. As there is 2 points for LaMarcus Aldridge, and we know where he's at now in the pros. Oh yeah, some are coaching right now, so that's the interesting part about it. And Calderon. And Nowitzki, 2 points there. And a timeout for Portland as they got to somehow slow everything down just a little bit and kind of get back to where they need to where it needs to be. Alright, so timeout is over. Yes, very nice block. So Portland down 13-8 with under 4 minutes to go. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. No. Yeah, this game had voice commands, so it was kind of funny. And there's a nice shot for Damian Lillard. So 13-10. And there is a foul on LaMarcus Aldridge, his first of the game. Nice drive by Dirk. And a chance for the three-point play the old-fashioned way. And he nails that. So 16-10 lead for the Mavericks. As Damian Lillard once again just as the Visky from deep. 19-12. He's got 8 points right now. Hey Ryan, what's going on, my friend? Welcome to some Throwback Friday night as we are playing Nba2k14. Oh, nice rebound there for the Mavericks. So I'm actually just playing some games here on this old game. I enjoyed it. It was actually a very fun game. I actually had both copies of this game for a time on both the PS3 and the on the PS3 and the PS4. Yeah, this was the first game. The NBA 2K14 was the first game to come out for the PS4. As Nowitzki, oh, he can't get that one to roll in. As Williams for three, no good. Nowitzki with the rebound. So 21-14. As right now Nowitzki so Carter driving it. Oh, nice move there. And a timeout for Portland once again. So 23-14. As no doubt Dallas is on a hot start. And with Dirk Nowitzki, and there's a three, nice strip of the net there. 23-17. And Jay Crowder in the game now. So Vince, oh, he had hand in his face, but he just absolutely drilled it there from mid-range. And Williams, and there's a shot, no good, but Marcus Aldridge with the rebound. And now Leonard, Myers Leonard. And there's a shot, no good. And Monte Ellis with the rebound. 15 seconds left here in the first period. And Devin Harris almost. And there's the foul. Oh, Nicholas Batum picking up the foul. Nice drive for Vince Carter. Took the contact and so swish it goes, and that is the end of the first period. So coming out of going into second period. So Portland as there's a nice drive there for Williams. As Samuel Dallenberg. Young man out of Seton Hall. And then over to Jay Crowder. As Brandon Wright. Whoo! Nice shot there. 30-19. Dallas in the lead. So Williams trying to, and Robin Lopez. So 30-21. Yep, can't stop VC, baby. And there's a nice pass from down there. right over to Marion, and it's a 32-21 lead. And there's a shot, no good. And here come the Mavericks. As Downbear, nice shot there. So 34-21. 14-16 for the Mavericks, 10-17 for the Blazers, and now they call forgot some of these guys were on the Mavericks, huh? Yeah, Harris, Carter, Crowder, Wright, Dallenberg. Oh yeah, they were all on the team. I figure I'd do some games tonight, just kind of, feeling a little nostalgic tonight. Kind of play some of the old fun ones that I enjoyed. Where 2014 was, the year I started streaming, and so that year kind of has a special notation for me. Even though I actually started in November 2013. Oh, Aldridge, I tell you, he was tough. So 36-23, and Dirk back over to him, and inside to Dellenbear. Nice job there. 38-23, good pass inside, and getting the 2 points. And now McCollum over to Aldridge. Yeah, Jose Calderon played on your team. And of course, Dirk. As Harris couldn't get the rebound from Matthews. And Lillard. And now Dellenbear with Robin Lopez on him. So 38-25, 13-point lead here. And there's a foul, and the shot is good. So Lillard with Nicholas Batum. Now Zellenberg, nice defense on Aldridge. Now Marion. And Marion puts it up, can't get that one to go in. And now, nice little fast break. So 1:30 left to go, 90 seconds left to go here in the first. And there's a nice inside give to Dirk Nowitzki over to Samuel Dellenbear. So 3 for 3, 6 points, 4 rebounds for big Dellenbear. And there's 2 points right there for and so we'll check the stats at halftime. Ooh. As that, whoa, nice three there. 47-33, and they are on a hot streak right now. So Lillard and Matthews, number 2, being guarded up by Harris. And whew, tough challenge there. So 1 second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. As that will end the first half. So 47-35, 12-point lead for the Mavericks. So good first half for the Mavericks as they got themselves off to a good little run there. So as we take a look at the halftime report, yep, the halftime report was a lot different back then. Both teams shooting out of this world, 77%, 63%. Yeah, no now, like no Shaq or Kenny or those guys like the game does now. Yeah, very good half. Alright, so there is the Sprint halftime report. Alright, so starting the second half, as we'll take a look at the game stats real quick. As Dirk Nowitzki, 10 points in the first half, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and a block shot. And then Monte Ellis with 8 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist for him. Vince Carter, VC, 7 points, no rebounds, no assists. D'Alembert, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. And then Devin Harris with 5 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists for him. Brandon Wright with 4 points. Jose Calderon, 4 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. And Sean Marion, 3 points. Oh yeah, 3 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. And Jay Crowder with 1 assist for Big J. And then Bernard James and Wade Ellington and Jawan Belair have not played in the game. The assist leader is D'Alembert with 3 assists, and the rebounds also goes to D'Alembert. And then the only block of the game was Nowitzki on that very tough. Let's see, take a look at some of the highlights so far. He had a nice block shot too. A nice pass here from D'Alembert. Dirk knew exactly what to do with it as he drops it in from there. Here he drives, picks up the foul on LaMarcus Aldridge, and then here gets a nice block off the glass on Aldridge. And then over here he just finds that seam, and he does so well. 2 more points. Yeah, he probably could have slammed the ball a lot more than he did in his career, but he just like doing simple things like layups and good stuff like that. And then here, just stretch and then fire the 3. And then for the Trailblazers, LaMarcus Aldridge with 8 points, Damian Lillard with 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, Wesley Matthews with 6 points, 1 rebound for him, Robin Lopez with 4 points, Dorrell Wright with 3, Thomas Robinson with 2 points, 1 rebound. Mo Williams with 2 points. Nicholas Batum with 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Myers Leonard with no points, 1 rebound for him. And then Alan Crabb, Earl Watson, and CJ McCollum have not entered the game yet. So that's quite interesting how things were then now where things were then now where CJ McCollum was coming off the bench, not starting like he does now for the Portland Trailblazers along with Damian Lillard. Inside, that is 2 easy points there. Nice assist. Wesley Matthews has 8 points. So back over here, Calderon, 2 points. So 49-37. Oh yeah, it does. It is interesting how presentation was back then, and also how the game really flowed. And for me, it was fine, getting ready for tonight. One, re-downloading this game, and then two, and then finding the good sliders that really work well with this game. So, hey Christopher, how's it going? Glad you could join us tonight. We're doing some NBA 2k14 on Throwback Friday. The first NBA 2K game that was out for the PS4. There's 2 points there. So 51-39, good assist there from Jose Calderon on the addition drive. And there is 2 points for Lopez. So we're back to a 10-point game. And, ooh, well, a little bit of a jump ball there. Dirk didn't quite know what to do. Oh, nice. He didn't exactly win the tip, but the Mavericks did get the ball back. As there's 2 easy points there. 50 timeout. So Portland down to, well, they're burning through their timeouts here. That's their 4th timeout taken in this game. As they are just trying anything they can to slow down the attack here for the anything they can to slow down the attack here. And just like that gameplay said, get to the basket. They are certainly doing that. Now Lillard with Sean Marion guarding up on him. And Lillard, nice shot there. Yes, it has. It has been a while, my friend. And Calderon all by himself. He's got 9 points. And also with 2 assists. Lillard with 10 points, 4 assists in the game. Ooh, nice pass there. Ooh, there's a nice block by Brandon Wright. As he'll there's 2 more points for Nowitzki. 58-43, 14 points for Big Dirk. Okay, Ryan, we'll see you back shortly. There's 2 points for Nicholas Batum. 58-45. And Nowitzki, oh, he's got 16. As he is rolling up some impressive numbers right now. And there's 2 points. So 60-47. Lillard again. 12 points, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds in the game. So going in with the screen. As Marion can't get that, but nice offensive rebound. So inside to Nowitzki. As, oh my goodness. Okay, haven't seen too many animations like that. And Aldridge, boy, when you're hot, you're hot. So 3 timeouts left. The Mavericks have not even taken their first timeout in this game. As Marion, oh, can't get it. And rebound once again for Portland. As he'll, oh, what nice defense. And Brandon Wright slowing things up just a little bit. As Nowitzki once again. Yep, indeed. So, oh. And Aldridge once again, 64-51. I tell you, he is. I remember Aldridge. Even when he came in the sense of video games, he was always a tough matchup to deal with. And Nowitzki again, I tell you, they're just rolling up the assist to Nowitzki tonight. He's got 20 already. Now Matthews over in the corner. No good there. Good rebound for the Mavericks. On the head, too. There's a foul by Batum. His second of the game. As the shot did go in. Nice assist there. As Monte Ellis gets the shot to go in. So 69-51. As Nicholas Batum. And there's a nice steal. So Jay Crowder, as he will score 2 points. Nice assist there. 11 seconds left to go in the game. In the third period. So Williams, right there. Oh, what a block by Crowder, as he'll miss the buzzer beater. But 71-51, Dallas in the lead. Nope, haven't really seen too many fouls so far in this game. Of course, it could also be to the fact that I do have the you know, to kind of enjoy the gameplay. I don't have fouls really high. I wanted to be able to enjoy the game and not really bug down into an absolute foul fest. And Jay, for three. 74-51. With the shot clock running down. That's no good there. And there's a foul on Vince Carter, his first. As the shot did go in. So 74-54. And there goes Carter. Nice shot there. Nicholas Batum, his third of the game. As he'll nail that one. So 77-54. As no good there on the shot. And Jay Crowder. Inside. Oh my goodness. Vince Carter with a nice slam. And Ryan has returned. Yeah, I loved seeing that stat on dunks like that. Seeing the vertical. How high he would get. Too bad they don't have that in the game anymore. And there's a block shot as the ball is deflected out of bounds, and it will be the Mavericks' ball. It was blocked, went off of, as it did go off of Batum, and then he's down sub 4. And then Jay Crowder over to Ellington, inside to Crowder, 2 points. So 81-54. As so 2 points there. Good job. So 81-56. So Bernard James in the game now. Over to Juwan Blair. As he'll shoot the shot and make it. As that is no good. Ellington. Oh, nice assist from Wayne Ellington to Bernard James. That was a pretty slam dunk. So right now this game has just gotten completely away from Portland as they just can't seem to hit a shot here in the fourth. As there is Jay Crowder again. So 2 more points. 9 points, 1 assist, 1 rebound for Jay. Yeah, right now the points in the paint in the favor of the Mavericks. And that's no good there. They've only scored 2. I believe they've only scored 2 points in this fourth period. And James can't get that one to go in. And Alan Crabb with the ball. And they are rolling. So Ellington over to Harris. Inside to the one. And there's a foul on Thomas Robinson. His first of the game. So substitutions. Watson at point and DeLeon Wright. And there is the 3-point play, 90-58. As Earl Watson with the ball. And nice pass there. So 90-60, a 30-point lead here. Don't think there's going to be any reason to bring in. I don't think there's going to be any reason to bring in Dirk. As there's a 3-pointer, no good. As right now, Wright. Oh, what a block by Jay Crowder. As Ellis over to Ellington. Boy, he just stripped the net with that one. Oh yeah. And Dallas is absolutely just killing them right now. Grab. There's 2 points. So 93-62 with 1:35 left to go here in the game. And there's 2 points. 95-62. So 15 points tonight for Monte Ellis. And there's a shot. No good. Good rebound there. And Ellis. 1:16 left to go. And what a block there. As there's a shot by Watson, no good. James with the rebound. And Ellington with the ball. And Tawan Blair rejected by Robinson. So 23 seconds. And 2 more points. 95-64. No shot clock at this point. This game is officially over. As Dallas came into their home court and just rolled over Portland in this game. And that is tale of the tape for tonight. The Mavericks roll big time, 95-64, as they had an absolute very good effort. Dirk Nowitzki, the Jordan player of the game, as he had 20 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, and a block shot in this game. Right there was the block shot he had, and then he really shot the ball well tonight. Really controlled things from that point of the game. So Dirk, congratulations. You are tonight's player of the game with 20 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists for Big Dirk, 9 of 12 shooting on the evening, 1 for 1 from 3-point range, and did get to the free throw line. The only time he was there, converted the 3-point play. Monty Ellis with 15 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal for him. Vince Carter, 12 points, as Vince Carter had a good game. Jay Crowder, 9 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 3 block shots in the game. Jay Crowder, I tell you, he was some young man. At this point in the game, he was a 2-year pro out of Marquette, and this was going into the 2013-14 season. And as you can see, he averaged early on in his lone season with Dallas 5 points a game, 2 rebounds a game, 1 assist a game, and almost 1 steal a game, and 0.2 blocks per game in his career. And then Calderon also had 9 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists for him. And Brandon Wright, 6 points, 1 rebound, and a block for him. Samuel D'Alembert with 6 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists for him. And Bernard James with 5 points and 2 rebounds in the game. Devin Harris with 5 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Wayne Ellington also with 3 points and 3 assists for him. And then Sean Marion, 3 points, 3 assists for him, 1 for 5 shooting tonight. And Jawan Blair, 2 points and 1 rebound for Big Jawan, big man out of Pittsburgh. He started out his career with San Antonio and came over to Dallas that season. So, and then, and so everybody got in the game tonight. For the Trailblazers, Marcus Aldridge with 12 points in the game, and also tied with Damian Lillard with 12 points in the game. He was 6 of 9 shooting. Marcus Aldridge at that point was an 8-year pro out of Texas, and 28 years old. So that tells you been in the league since 06-07, and right now he's still in the league. And the same thing can be said for Damian Lillard, still in the league. Robin Lopez, 8 points tonight. Wesley Matthews, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and a steal. And Thomas Robinson, a young man from Kansas, and 7 points, 3 rebounds, and a block shot. And then Crabbe with 4 points, 2 rebounds. Nicholas Batum with 4 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, a steal. And Doral Wright with a 3-pointer. C.J. McCollum got in 4 minutes of action and scored 2 points in the game. Mo Williams also with 2 points, 1 assist. Myers Leonard with 2 points, and Earl Watson with 1 assist in the game. So everybody got to play tonight. So 8 of 11 from deep, 73% for the Mavericks, and 76% for the game. And really not too many. Like I said, I really turned down the fouls in this game. So I didn't want to have an absolute foul fest most of the game. That way we could enjoy the game. That way we could enjoy the game in itself. So, yes, so as we take a look at the roster, it kind of tells you just how young, where everybody was at this point in the season. Philadelphia 76ers, they had Thaddeus Young on the team then, Evan Turner, and then Jason Richardson, and Nerlens Noel, who was a young man out of Kentucky. This was his rookie year in the league. And then Spencer Hawes, who started his career with Sacramento and then was with Philly, going into his fourth year with Philly. Michael Carter Williams, young man from Syracuse, this was his rookie year with the 76ers. Tony Roten, James Anderson, Royce White, Lavoy Allen, and then you had Kwame Brown, young man who kind of was a journeyman. Started with Washington, went to the Lakers, traded to the Memphis Grizzlies, and then Detroit for 2 years, Charlotte, Golden State, and then Philadelphia. So 31 years old, 13 years in the league out of high school. And then Arnett Moultrie, and then Daniel Orton, who played at Kentucky, and then Keanu Law, who played at Georgia Tech for his career. Charlotte Bobcats, not the Hornets, but the Charlotte Bobcats, with Al Jefferson, the veteran center out of a pretense high school, who, looking at his career, started with Boston, then traded over to Minnesota, played for them for 3 years, and then did 3 years with Utah before coming over to Charlotte that season. Kemba Walker, who started with Charlotte, this was his 3rd year in the league. Michael Kidd Gilchrist, his 2nd year in the league with Charlotte, coming out of Kentucky. Ben Gordon started his career with Chicago in 04-05, and then went to Detroit for 3 seasons, and then Charlotte. He was in his 2nd year with Charlotte when this game came out. Gerald Henderson, Ramon Sessions, Cody Zeller, young man, look at his rating now compared to what his rating is now in the game, which I believe is 10 points higher than his rating as a young man out of Indiana, which was his rookie year that year. 68. Gennaro Pargo, who came out of Arkansas, and 02-03, and kind of a journeyman out of the Lakers, Chicago, New Orleans, Chicago again, Atlanta, and then Atlanta, and then traded to Charlotte. And then Jeff Taylor, Bismack Biyombo, who was going in his 3rd year in the league with Charlotte out of the Congo, and he's still in the league today, but he was a 65 overall in the game. Brendan Haywood, Jeff Adrian, and Josh McRoberts out of Duke, and then Anthony Tolliver. And then the Milwaukee Bucks. Yep, this may surprise you just a little bit. Now, some of these lineups, O.J. Mayo playing for the Bucks then, Caron Butler. They had Larry Sanders, the big man in the middle, going his 4th year with the team. I called him the tattooed one because he had so many tattoos on those arms, but he always seemed to, he could rebound the ball, he could, block shots. He was a very good player, and too bad he kind of just faded out a little bit down the stretch run of his career. Brandon Knight out of Kentucky, Ersan Ilyasova, who started with Milwaukee and was still with the team at this point. Luke Rinauer, and then Carlos Delfino, who was out of Argentina. Nate Walters, Gary Neal, and then Epke Odoa out of Baylor. Of course, now he plays for, and now he basically comes out of, plays for Portland now, but he was with Milwaukee then. And then John Henson, a young man out of North Carolina, Zaza Pachulia, and he was coming over from, spending last season with Atlanta, coming over free agency to the Bucks. Chris Middleton, and then Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is 6'9", 205, 19 years old, rookie year this year, and 60 overall in the game at this point, and we all know what type of player he became, which he is now in the game now, and quite a dominant player. But 60 overall for Giannis in the game then, so quite surprising, really. Chicago Bulls with Derrick Rose, Akeem Noah, Luol Deng, Jimmy Butler as a young man. This was his 3rd season in the league out of Marquette, playing for the Bulls. Carlos Boozer. Yes, he is. Carlos Boozer, Josh Gibson, Kirk Heinrich, Mike Dunleavy, Marquise Teague, Nazir Mohammed, and then Tony Snell and Eric Murphy out of Florida. So, and then the Cleveland Cavaliers with Kyrie Irving. He was 21 years old, third year in the league when this game came out. And then Andrew Bynum, Jared Jack of Georgia Tech, Anderson Varejao, Anthony Bennett, Deion Waiters, who was in his second year in the league out of Syracuse, Tristan Thompson, who was in his third year in the league out of Texas, and then Alonzo G, and then C.J. Miles, Earl Clark, and then Carrick Felix, Tyler Zeller, and then Sergei Karazov. And then for the Boston Celtics, Rajon Rondo, the point guard of the team then, Jeff Green, Avery Bradley, Jordan Crawford, Courtney Lee, Jared Wallace, Jared Sullinger, young man out of Ohio State. Don't really know what really happened to him. He was the starting center for the team for a bit, and then all of a sudden it's like he just disappeared. Marshawn Brooks, Chris Humphreys, who was out of the University of Minnesota, who kind of journeyman himself, started with Utah, Toronto, Brooklyn, Dallas, and then was with Dallas and then traded over to Brooklyn, and then was just signed with Celtics that off season. And then Brandon Bass, and then Kelly Olynyk, who was a rookie year out of Gonzaga, and then Keith Bogans from Kentucky. So quite different. Clippers with Chris Paul and Blake Griffin, who was in his fourth year in the league then. Chris Paul, who was going in his ninth, and Jamal Franklin, and then Josh Okogie, and then John Lure. Now, familiar names that you still see in the game today, but a lot different because there are some definite names that are no longer around. Now, Al Horford, he's still with the team. He was playing for the Hawks then. And then Paul Millsap, Lou Williams, and then Elton Brand, who played his college career at Duke, and then started with Chicago back in 1999-2000. He was going his 15th year in the league at this point, and then played for the Clippers for a good stretch, and then Philly, and then played with Dallas for one season, and then signed a one-year deal, or signed a contract with the Atlanta Hawks that year. And Jeff Teague out of Wake Forest, Dennis Schroeder, Jared Cunningham, Shelvin Mack, Mike Scott, Cartier Martin, and then Zamari Carroll, Gustavo Ayon out of Mexico, Kyle Korver, who was in his 12th year in the league out of Creighton. Very long career, started in 03 and 04, in which he played for Philly, Utah, Chicago, and then going in his second year with Atlanta that season, and then John Jenkins. And then the Miami Heat, of course, the Miami Heat had the big three, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and then veteran Ray Allen, who started his career with Milwaukee way back in 1996-97 season, and played with Milwaukee for quite a while, then went over to Seattle, now known as the Oklahoma City Thunder, and was with them until 07-08 when he came to Boston, helped them celebrate a championship, and then signed with Miami. He was in his second year with Miami at the time this game came out. Malik Beasley, Mario Chalmers, Shane Battier, Udonis Haslem, who basically been with Miami since his rookie year, which was 2003-2004. And then Greg Oden, who kind of had a really rough end career. Kind of came in, had some injury issues, played a couple seasons with Portland, and then was with Miami, and then kind of just fell out of the league altogether. Norris Cole, and then Rashard Lewis, Chris Anderson, and then Jarvis Bernardo from Mississippi State, and then Joel Anthony from UNLV, and James Jones from Miami, Florida. And then Utah Jazz with Derek Favors, Gordon Hayward, Trey Burke, Richard Jefferson, Brandon Rush, who is coming out of Kansas. Had already played 3 seasons with Indiana, 2 seasons with Golden State, and then signed with the Jazz that season. And then Alex Burks, which we know he's still in the league today. And then Enes Kanter of Turkey. And then was going his 3rd season with Utah that year. Marvin Williams, John Lucas, and then Andres Bedrins, and then Jeremy Evans, and then of course Rudy Gobert. And look at his overall, 7'1", 220-pound kid out of France, and first year in the league, his rookie year, and 52 overall in the game. My goodness gracious. Oh yeah. Feels like some of these guys haven't been in the league that long. Yeah, really. But Rudy Gobert, talk about Giannis being so young at overall 60. Gobert, my goodness, 52 coming into that season. So I guess not a lot of scouting was done on him coming in. So and then the Sacramento Kings with DeMarcus Cousins, Carl Landry, Marcus Thornton, Isaiah Thomas, young man out of Washington, who was in his 3rd year in the league that season. Patrick Patterson, Greivis Vasquez, and then Ben McLemore, John Salmons, and then Luke Mabamute, who started his career with Milwaukee before signing with Sacramento, and then Jason Thompson out of Ryder, and then Chuck Hayes out of Kentucky, and he kind of journeyed around himself a little bit, started his career with Houston, and then he was in his 3rd season with Sacramento. Jimmer Fredette, who was in his 3rd year in the league out of BYU, Travis Outlaw, and then Ray McCollum out of Detroit. And then the New York Knicks, of course, they had Carmelo Anthony, who was in his 3rd, well, I like to say 2.5 seasons with New York, because he was traded mid-season to New York. So 3.5 years. He was starting his 3rd year with the Knicks at that point. J.R. Smith, Iman Shumpert, Amari Stoudemire, who was a veteran at that point, going in his 12th year in the league. Started with Phoenix and then came over to New York. And then Raymond Felton, Tyson Chandler. Of course, his beard wasn't quite as long as it is now. He started his career with Chicago, then played some seasons with the New Orleans Hornets, and then Charlotte Bobcats, and then Dallas Mavericks for 1 season, which was the championship year, and then he was going his 3rd season with the Knicks at that point. Metta World Peace, and then Kenyon Martin, who was 36 years old at that point in the league and 14-year pro, who had a very long distinguished career. Started with Brooklyn, then Denver, and then the Clippers for a season, and he was going his 2nd season with the Knicks at that point. Andre Bargnani, 7-footer out of Italy. Tim Hardaway Jr., Bino Udra, and then Pablo Brigioni, and then Jeremy Tyler. So, and then Los Angeles Lakers, of course, the most famous man in this game. He is now the most famous man ever. Kobe Bryant, who at the time of this game was 35 years old, 18 years in the league, all with the Lakers. And absolutely impressive. All the accomplishments he had accomplished at this point in his career. As you take a look at his award history, 1-time MVP in 2008, 5-time NBA champion, 2-time Finals MVP, 15-time All-Star, 11-time First-Team All-NBA, 2-time Second-Team All-NBA, and 2-time Third-Team All-NBA. Led the league leader in points in 06 and 07. First-Team All-Defense 9 times, Second-Team All-Defense 3 times, and Second-Team All-Rookie in 1997. So those were some of the highlights of his career. And 81 points was his highest of his career, and and actually in one game made 12 3-pointers in one game, which was amazing stat there. But yes, and then Steve Nash, long distinguished career, started with Phoenix actually, came to Dallas, really built a resume there, then went back to Phoenix, and then signed with the Lakers in 2012-13 and was in his second year with the Lakers that season. And then Paul Gasol, Chris Kaman, Nick Young, Jordan Hill, Jody Meeks, and then Steve Blake, and then Jordan Farmar, Xavier Henry, and then Wesley Johnson, Robert Sacre, and then Sean Williams on the Lakers that season. Orlando Magic, yep, rest in peace, Mamba. And then Victor Oladipo with this was his rookie year that season for the Magic. And then Aaron Aflalo, Nikola Vucevic, who we know started his career with Philly, and then was in his second year with Orlando that season. Jameer Nelson, Tobias Harris, Glenn Big Baby Davis, who played with Boston first and then came over to Orlando. Hito Turkoglu, and then Maurice Harkless, Jason McNeil, Andrew Nicholson, Ronnie Price, Etwan Moore, and then Dorian Lamb, and Kyle O'Quinn out of Norfolk State. He was in his third year in the league going into that season. So, second year. Dallas Mavericks, of course, we just saw them, but Dirk Nowitzki, he's been with the team 16 years, all with the Dallas Mavericks at this point in the game. He came in the 1998-99 season. Well, he was drafted in 1998 draft, and then kind of, as you see, his totals in the first year, played only 47 games, but then after that, he was a mainstay for this team throughout his career. So, quite an accomplishment for him. And then Monte Ellis, Sean Marion, Vince Carter, Devin Harris, Jose Calderon, Samuel Delbert, who kind of went around a little bit, started with Philly, had a long run with Philly, 1 year with Sacramento, a year with Houston, and a year with Milwaukee before signing with the Mavericks that season. And then Wayne Ellington, Shane Larkin out of Miami, DeJuan Blair out of Pittsburgh, and then you had Brandon Wright, Jay Crowder, Ricky Ledoux, and then Bernard James, also with the Mavericks. And then the Brooklyn Nets with Darren Williams, and then veteran Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and then Joe Johnson, and then Brooke Lopez, and then Andre Kirilenko, Jason Terry, Andre Blatch, and then Alan Anderson, Tayshaun Taylor, Reggie Evans, and then Mirza Teletovic, and then Sean Livingston, Mason Plumlee, and then Tornike Shangelia. And then the Denver Nuggets with Ty Lawson. Oh yes. Ty Lawson, Kenneth Faried, and the manimal Kenneth Faried, who was in his third year in the league that season. And then Wilson Chandler, Nate Robinson, Jano Gallinari, Andre Miller, J.J. Hickson, JaVale McGee, who was in his sixth year in the league that season, Randy Foye, Anthony Randolph, Jordan Hamilton, Darrell Arthur, Timothy Mozgov, Evan Fournier, and then Quincy Miller. And Fournier, yes, he's still in the league now, but he was going in his second year in the league that when this game came out. So as you can see, it's overall when this game came out at 65. So he certainly has moved up since then. He's really become a good three-point shooter and currently plays with the Orlando Magic. And then the Indiana Pacers with Paul George, and then Roy Hibbert, and then Gianni Granger, David West, and then Louis Scola, and then George Hill, Lance Stevenson, who was in his fourth year in the league with the Pacers, and then Orlando Johnson, Ian Mahiney, C.J. Watson, Chris Copeland, and Solomon Hill out of Arizona. And for the New Orleans Pelicans, young team, young group with Jrue Holiday, Eric Gordon, Tyreek Evans, and then of course the A-Train, Anthony Davis, who was in his second year in the league after he averaged just about 13 points a game in his rookie year, 8 rebounds a game, 1 assist, 1 steal, and almost 2 blocks per game. That's that rookie year. And then Al Farouk Aminu, Austin Rivers, Ryan Anderson, Anthony Morrow, Darius Miller, and then Greg Stimsa, and then Jason Smith, Brian Roberts, Lance Thomas, and Jeff Witty out of Kansas. And then the Detroit Pistons with Josh Smith, a young man who started his career with Atlanta and then decided to test free agency and go with the Detroit Pistons that season. And then Brandon Jennings, Chauncey Billups, and then Greg Monroe, Rodney Stuckey, Andre Drummond, who is going his second year in the league this season, Will Bynum, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and then Charlie Villanueva, and then Jonas Repko, and then Peyton Siva, and then Kyle Singler, Tony Mitchell, and then Josh Harrelson out of Kentucky. And then the Raptors with Rudy Gay, and then Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan. Of course, we know now he plays for San Antonio, but he was going his 5th year in the league that season. And then Landry Fields, DJ Augustine, Tyler Hansborough, Amir Johnson, Terrence Ross, and then Jonas Valanciunas, and then Quincy A.C., Austin Day, small forward out of Gonzaga, Aaron Gray out of Pittsburgh, and then Steve Novak out of Marquette. Come over from the Lakers, played his 1 season with the Lakers and signed with the Houston Rockets. He was 28 years old, 10-year pro at this point in his career. And then James Harden, who is going in his 2nd season with Houston after 3 seasons with the Oklahoma City Thunder, where he was, of course, teamed up with Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, and then Chandler Parsons, Aaron Brooks, and then Jeremy Lin, Patrick Beverly, Marcus Camby, and then Omar Esk, and then Isaiah Cannon, Francisco Garcia, Omari Caspi, Reggie Williams, Terrence Jones, Greg Smith, and then Donatas Montiunas of Lithuania. And then the Spurs, of course, the man, this group that really held this group together, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, and to me, the original 3 for the San Antonio Spurs, Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili. And of course, later on, Kawhi Leonard joined the fray, but Tim Duncan was the Spurs, and he was 18, going his 17th year in the league that season at 37 years old, all with San Antonio. Very distinguished career for him. And then Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili, Kawhi Leonard. Look at his 83. He was going in his 3rd year in the league from San Diego State, and then 83 overall in this game. Danny Green, Diago Splitter, Patrick Mills, Marco Bellinelli, and then Nando Di Colo, and then Corey Joseph, Jeff Ayers, and then Boris Diaw, and then Aaron Baines, and then Matt Bonner also at center. I tell you, they were really loaded at center with this team. The Phoenix Suns with Eric Bledsoe at point guard, Marcin Gortat, and then Gordon Dragic, and then Shannon Brown, Gerald Green, Markieff Morris, who was in his 3rd year in the league with the team, Malcolm Lee, Archie Goodwin, Channing Frye, and then P.J. Tucker, and then Marcus Morris, Marcus and Markieff, both brothers, and then Kendall Marshall out of North Carolina, Alex Lynn, Miles Plumlee, and then Kratzov of Ukraine. were the Suns. And then the Thunder, of course, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, Serge Ibaka, Jeremy Lamb, and then Cephalosha, Kendrick Perkins, Reggie Jackson, Derek Fisher, Ryan Gomes, Nick Collison, Perry Jones, Andre Roberson, Steven Adams. Yeah, I'll tell you, he looks a lot different without the big beard he does now have for the team. Yeah, he was in his rookie year out of Pittsburgh with the team this season. And then Hashim Thabit, young 7'3" young man out of Connecticut. Started his career with Memphis, then went to Houston in a trade, then went from Houston to Portland, and then was in his second season with the Thunder going into this season. But high hopes for that young man. But yeah, even Adams looks so different now with his big, thick beard and everything. The Minnesota Timberwolves, of course, this lineup may be a little different, but probably a little surprising at some of the names of the guys that actually played on this team. Of course, I already knew Kevin Love and Kevin Martin already played on this team. You can see Kevin Love was in his 6th year in the league going into this season. Kevin Martin of Western Carolina and come over after 1 year with the Thunder. Ricky Rubio, and then Nikola Pekovic, and then Corey Brewer, Derek Williams, and then Alexei Shved, and then J.J. Barea, which we all know started with his career with the Dallas Mavericks and then was going in his 3rd season with the Wolves that season. And then Chase Budinger, Shabazz Muhammad, Chris Johnson, a young man of LSU, Dante Cunningham, and then Georges Zhang, and then Ronnie Turioff. So Zhang, he was rookie year that season with the Timberwolves. So yeah, it's quite surprising some of the names that played on this team. Portland Trail Blazers, which we just saw, LaMarcus Aldridge, Damian Lillard. Lillard was in his 2nd year in the league, and Aldridge was going in his 8th year with the league. Mo Williams, Nicholas Batum, who was going in his 6th year with the league. Wesley Matthews, Thomas Robinson, C.J. McCollum. This was his rookie year out of Lehigh, and I remember that well because he led Lehigh to a first-round upset of Duke in the tournament that year, and so he was quite the player in that game. But so yeah, 72 overall when he started, and then Dorrell Wright, Robin Lopez, Earl Watson, Alan Crabb, Joel Freeland, Victor Claver, and then Will Barton, and then Myers Leonard for the Trailblazers. Then the Golden State Warriors. Andre Iguodala was with the team then, after having a very long run with Philly in the beginning, then 1 season with Denver, and then came over to the Warriors. And then Stephon Curry, he was in his 5th year in the league at this point in his career, young man out of Davidson. And then David Lee, and then Andrew Bogut, young man out of Milwaukee, who started his career with Milwaukee and was going in his 2nd season with Golden State. Harrison Barnes, and then Tony Douglas, Klay Thompson, who was coming out of Washington State, his 3rd year in the league. And then Jermaine O'Neal, who was a veteran center at this point, 35 years old, 18 years in the league, and heck of a journeyman after starting out with Portland, then a long run with Indiana, then Miami, and then 2 seasons with Boston, and then a season with Phoenix, and before coming over to Golden State. Maurice Spates, Kent Bazemore, and then Draymond Green, who was in his 2nd year in the league, and then Nedovic, and then Ezeli. Now Festus Ezeli. And then last but not least, the Washington Wizards, where they had young man John Wall, who was in his 4th year in the league that season, and then Nene, who was in his 12th year in the league, young man out of Brazil. Of course, he wasn't quite so young, but after a very long run with Denver, then traded over to Washington, and then was going in his 2nd full season with Washington that season. Trevor Ariza, and then Okafor from Connecticut, who started his career with Charlotte, and then 3 years with New Orleans, and then going his second season with Washington. Bradley Beal, Otto Porter, Al Harrington, and then Kevin Seraphin, Trevor Booker, Martell Webster, Chris Singleton, Eric Maynor, Glenn Rice Jr., and then Garrett Temple, and then Jan Vesely also with the team. So that is everybody. And then these were, I think this was the first year they also had the first year that they had the teams overseas, like FC Barcelona, in the game, and then Electra Tel Aviv, which was pretty cool to see at that point. Then, of course, you had the veteran teams, the great teams like Celtics, the Lakers, the Bucks, and then Lakers again, and so on, so on, so on. So let's see who was. Yep. And then free agents that year. In the free agency, Steven Jackson, Corey Maggette, Terrence Williams, Dante Jones, Ronnie Brewer, Richard Rip Hamilton, Delonte West, Michael Petrus, and then Lamar Odom was free agency that year. Kalena Azubuike, Rajah Bell, Maurice Evans, Quentin Richardson, Ish Smith, Deshaun Stevenson, Damian Jones, and Leonardo Barbosa, and then Darius Johnson Odom, Chris Douglas Roberts, Jamal Tinsley, James White, Drew Gooden, Roger Mason, Marquise Daniels, Josh Childress, Antonio Daniels, Sebastian Telefair, Kenyon Dooling, James Posey, Sam Young, Corey Higgins, Deontay Garrett, Chris Duhon, and then Jamario Moon, and then tons more that I could probably bore y'all. Oh yeah, Hakeem Ward was also a free agent that season too, but I could bore y'all all night with the rest of that, but quite interesting. So tell me this, heading into, we'll do another game here. What team do you want represented tonight? Yeah, we did the Dallas Mavericks. So what team do y'all want to see tonight here on NBA 2K14? I like to say, don't be shy. Let me know. Oh, the Pistons. Okay. I think that's a very good team. All right, Detroit Pistons. And we'll put them with we'll put them with Istanbul. So, Andule faces Istanbul. Now, this should be a good game. Or the Spurs. Okay. Well, the Pistons came first, but let's see. We'll take a look at the Spurs, too. Now, let's see. Pistons lineup of Brandon Jennings, Ronnie Stuckey, and then Jason Smith, Greg Monroe, and Andre Drummond. And then, yeah, so pretty good, interesting lineup here. All right. All right. Now here we go, where the Pistons going to do themselves a little exhibition here in Detroit. They will be taking on Anadolu Efes here at the Palace of Auburn Hills. So Farmar, Lucas, Ship, Stanovich, and Erdan. And then Jennings, Stuckey, Smith, Monroe, and Drummond for the Pistons. And a good tip off, and away we go. So here are the Palace at Auburn Hills. Oh, woo. And I gotta learn to turn that off. No, I don't want the voice commands. And I do not want them chatting in my ear all night. And Blair chatter? Absolutely not. Alright, so good shot there for Smith as he gets Detroit off to a 2-0 lead. So Lucas with Stuckey on him. And there's 2 easy points. And there's a foul against Zanovic. His first foul. So good pass inside to Greg Monroe. Actually, Drummond. As he can't get that one to go in. So 4-2 lead for Detroit. As Monroe. And there's 2 points. So 4-4 ball game. And there's 2 points there for Smith again. So 6-4. Okay. Alright, awesome. Well, you get some rest there, Ryan. Oh, there's a flush. 6-6. And Smith, ooh, got the roll. So 8-6. All right, yes, indeed, Ryan. Stay safe and get yourself some good sleep. And I'll be looking forward to what you got coming tomorrow. And there's 2 points for Drummond. Good assist by Smith there. 10-6 lead here. So good start for the Pistons here in this exhibition battle against Efes. Anadolu Efes. So Josh Smith looking to hopefully Oh, there's a nice block there for Rodney Stuckey. And there, no good on the three as that rolled in and out. There's a foul on Rodney Stuckey, his first foul of the game. Yeah, very good start for Detroit coming out. There's Josh Shipp, undrafted out of UCLA. Playing for Efes Anadolu Efes that season, team out of Istanbul. So 2 free throws, 12-10. And John T. Billups in the game, veteran point guard. And then over to Urepko. And then Smith, 2 more points there. Nice assist. So points in the paint, 10-6 in favor of the Pistons. And there's 2 points. So 14-12 here for the Pistons. And almost out of bounds there. And Smith, 16-12. He's got 10 points, 5 of 6 shooting right now to start the game. And there's 2 points. So 16-14 for Efes. And there's a 3-pointer. So 19-14. Jennings stroking it from deep. And a timeout for Efes. Or as they call them, Istanbul. So Istanbul will call a timeout. Give them the lane indeed. So Monroe, Urepko, Smith, Billups, and Jennings. And then 19-14. Yeah, there's just certain things I liked about this game. I definitely liked the little pop-up thing. Yeah, the game really seemed to flow well with, whatever the coach was calling. And Contavious Caldwell Pope, which we know he played for the Lakers this past season. And there is 2 points. So Vujicic and John T. Billups. So Villanueva. And there's a 3-pointer for Kyle Singler. 22-16, 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 on the 3-point shot here so far for the Pistons. So Caldwell Pope and Vujicic, former Laker. Nice jumper there, 22-18. And then about 2-second difference between the game clock and shot clock. And nice pass for Villanueva to Singler for two. Yeah, like I said, some things I just, some of these old games I enjoyed how the flow really went well with the game. And end of the first period, Detroit leads it 24-18. As we'll go to the second period coming up. As Ephes down. Now welcome back everybody to the Palace of Auburn Hills. As the Pistons taking on Ephes out of Istanbul. And Lucas with Stuckey on him. And there's a nice block. And I mean rock. And Drummond had a possible dunk chance, but then he lost the ball. And the ball goes out of bounds and will go to the Pistons. Farmar kind of trapped in the corner there. Yep, go Pistons. No, Billups. No, Villanueva. No, Billups. All right, nice drive inside. 26-18. As Detroit sends their lead by 8 points. And there's a foul on Andre Drummond, his first of the game. So Erdan at the free throw line gets that one to go in. And the starters back in the game for Detroit. So Greg Monroe, oh my goodness. As three-pointer, no good there for Josh Smith, as he generally can hit those, but he did not hit a whole lot. And now Erdan with the mismatch on Jennings. And 2 points there, so 26-23 Ephes. Really sticking close to the Pistons here. And Drummond can't get the jumper there. And there's Farmar with a block there, so on the screen, so it will be a turnover. Yep, nice check foul. And Detroit still hanging on by 3 points here in the second period. Oh, inside to Monroe. And Drummond can't get that one, as it will be a shot clock violation. Turnover once again. Still a 3-point lead for the Pistons. And nice defense there for Drummond. And nice going ahead there. Smith, and he is fouled by Shipp. As Smith will go to the free throw line for one more. Nice try, picked up the foul and chip. Got the bucket to go in, and he has a chance for the 3-point play. As hell, can't get that one to go in. And now Ship and Farmar for two. So still a 3-point game here. And Drummond, nice assist there. No, 30 to 25. Easy three, maybe not. Yeah, Josh was not incredibly. Yeah, he was your prototypical 1 out of 2 type free throw shooter. But it seemed like as he got more to the line, then he became more like automatic. So Smith. And Monroe can't get the shot to go in. And a nice block for Monroe. Over to Smith. Oh, got that one to roll in. And 32-27. Istanbul will call another timeout to try to slow things down just a little bit. Yeah, I like the points of emphasis. I really like that in the game. And there's a nice shot there, 32-29. And Jennings for three. Nice little stick and move, and then spotted up for the three. And it's 35-29 Detroit. And oh, tough challenge there, 35-31. And then Rebko, nice shot there, 38-31. Yeah, I tell you, when you knew you had it, boy, I tell you, it was a pretty sight to just see the ball just hit the, go through the net like it did. And Jennings with the rebound on ahead to Smith. And Farmar guilty of the block, his second foul. So substitutions galore here. Billups, Singler, Villanueva coming into the game now. And then Erdan's also in the game. And then Arepko. And then Zanziri with the rebound. And nice challenge there, but Erdan's with a nice shot, 38-33. And then timeout for Detroit. Bad pass out of bounds as Rebko was trying to find Billups in the corner, but it was touched out of bounds by Istanbul, and then Billups, and then Caldwell Pope for three, no good there, but Billups with a nice offensive rebound. And then running through the and then 2 points there, so 40-33 as Detroit. Ooh, almost got the steal there. No good there. Nice rebound. And then Rebko, and that's halftime. So Detroit leads at 40-33 over FEs. Now Istanbul. I would say a good competitive game here between both teams, as they have certainly been putting on the show for us here tonight. Now Josh Smith with 14 points, no rebounds, 1 assist, leading the charge for the Pistons in this game. Oh yeah, good half for the Pistons, and that's another thing I liked about this game, which they still continue on to this day, which is the live shots outside. So Smith with 14 points, leading everybody of Detroit right now. Brandon Jennings with 6 points in the game, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, as he's had 2 3-pointers in the game. And then Andre Drummond with 6 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Jonas Rebka with 5 points and 1 assist. Kyle Singler with 5 points and 1 steal. Greg Monroe with 2 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist, and 2 block shots in the game. Chauncey Billups with 2 points and 2 rebounds and 2 assists. Rodney Stuckey with 3 assists for him. And Villanueva with 1 rebound and 1 assist for him. Contavious Caldwell Pope with no points yet. And then Tony Mitchell, Will Bynum have not played in the game yet. So for Istanbul, Semi Erdan has 7 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal. Josh Shipp with 6 points and 3 assists. And then Barak has 6 points. Vucevic with 6 points. Jordan Farmar with 4 points and 1 rebound. And then Sanovic with 2 points, 3 rebounds in the game. And then Tunziri with 2 points. Jamon Lucas. And then Gollum with no points. Guler with no points also. So everybody is pretty much been in this game. 63% shooting for Anadolu Efes, and for the Pistons 67% in the first half. 4 for 9 from 3-point range for the Pistons, and 0 for 2 from the free throw line, while FEs is 3 for 3 in the game. So a lot more action to go here. So Effie's will inbound the ball. Jordan and Farm are bringing the ball up as we are into the second half of tonight's Throwback Friday. And then Monroe over to Smith. And tough challenge there, but nice shot. So 40-35. No, Monroe can't get the finish. Actually, Drummond. And, nice block there. And Smith, couldn't get the fadeaway jumper there, so no good there. 40-35. As Drummond or Monroe couldn't quite get defense enough, so 40-37. Istanbul points in the paint, 28-22. And Smith with a nice turnaround jumper, 42-37, as he now has 16 points. 10 of those in the paint. And nice steal there. Rodney Stuckey as he'll drive it and get the two. So 44-37, Istanbul calls another timeout. Now they're on a nice little run here. Now Istanbul FAs will inbound the ball, 44-37, in favor of the Pistons in this nice little exhibition battle. And that is 2 points. No, 44-39. As that is a three-pointer, nicely stripped of the net there. 39. So Drummond, nice defense there. Stuckey with the rebound on ahead to Smith. And Monroe with a nice turnaround, and it's a 10-point lead for Detroit. So Detroit really extended the lead out to a 10-point lead here. Farmar for three. Can't get that one to go in as he was shooting over Greg Monroe. And now mismatch here. Monroe can't get the shot to go in. And there's 2 points. Josh Shipp with 8 points. Smith with 16 in the game. No, 49-41. As Monroe over to Jennings. Over to Stuckey. Pull-up jumper. Got it. And again, a 10-point lead. Yes, indeed. Make it count, indeed. Oh, what a block by Monroe or Drummond. And there's a foul against Ship. His second foul. Shot goes in. Another chance for a three-point play for Josh Smith. And there's a three-point play, 54-41, as Cincinnati bringing the ball up here. No, Cincinnati. Boy, I tell you, good challenge there by the team. Oh my goodness. Oh, inside. Oh, slam dunk. Oh, what a nice pass, a nice cut, and Jennings just stuffs it in there with a nice dunk. 56-41 Detroit. And that is a tough challenge. Billups with the rebound again. Oh boy. And there's a nice shot for Josh Smith once again. 21 points for Josh Smith tonight, and 12 of those in the paint. Oh, Erdans or Barak with the 2 points, so 53-48. Oh, there's a tip. Ball gets away. As, oh, heck of a shot there. As there's, oh, as that rolls on the back end. So 58-45. Feel free to tell me. So Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, chance for the three-point play, and Barak gets the shot to go in. So 60-45. And inside to Villanueva, outside to Arabco, and Singler was battling for the rebound. Oh, there's a nice pass. So 10-point lead with 2 seconds left, as that will hit the back end of the buzzer. So 60-50, Detroit in the lead in the 3. 10-point lead for the Pistons as we head to the fourth and final period. Now, have you thought about it yet, Mike and Lady? Throwback Fridays, do some 2K14 season mode, and what team would you like to see represented in season mode for our Throwback Fridays on NBA 2K14? Maybe your own Timberwolves, or the Pistons, or maybe the Milwaukee Bucks, with a very young Giannis Antetokounmpo, And there's a foul by Jamon Lucas, and his first foul. Oh, the Wolves. Okay. We'll see how the Wolves will be with Bekovic and those guys. As that's not the three-point play they were hoping for. As they say, the Wolves before the big cat got there. And there's a foul on Erebko, his second. So 62 to 50. So that sounds good. And there's 62 to 52. Nice. Villanueva for 2 points. So still a 12-point lead here. But I tell you, they're hanging in tough. And Drummond again with the block. 64-54. Stuckey for three. 67-54. 10 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds for Rodney Stuckey. And there's 2 points for Efes. Now Istanbul points in the paint. They're actually outplaying Detroit in the paint. And Rebko, nice passing once again. Now Detroit really making it count on the inside. 69-56. And Farmar with 8 points and 1 assist, and Jennings has 10 points. So back out to Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And the Rebko can't get that one to go in. Oh my goodness, and there's a foul against Villanueva as Josh Shipp once again strikes. So chance for the 3-point play for Josh Shipp. So 9-point lead. I tell you, Istanbul FF is really hanging in there. As Jennings with a nice drive, 2 points, and still a 10-point lead here. Medrow, nice drive there. So 71-63, under 5 minutes left to go in the game. So Jennings with the pull-up jumper, nails it once again, and yeah, indeed. And Istanbul Efes is giving us a game here. And Drummond can't quite get up there yet to block the shot. So 73-65. Detroit in the lead. as Drummond, he's got 8 points, 4 rebounds in the game. And Lucas for 2, as he's got 8 points in the game, and still a pretty tight game between these two teams. No, they are trying their best to try and double team here. And Josh Smith puts it back out there to a 10-point lead. 23 points, 2 assists, and shockingly enough, no rebounds for Josh Smith as Istanbul Efes calls a timeout. I think that'll be really cool. So, throwback, I don't do the throwback stuff very much, but I think that'll be fun to do a throwback Friday with NBA 2k14 season mode and see how we can do with the Wolves with the current lineup that they do have in the game. So it'll be interesting to see what how we will do in the game itself. As there's 2 points, 77-69. Efes just not going away right now. They continue to play, and now they are really, there's a nice 2-pointer, nice assist from 12 points for Stuckey. Nice assist from Josh Smith once again. And 2 more points, Jordan Farmar. So 8 points here in second half for Jordan Farmar. And Smith, nailing the 3 from deep, 82-71. As he has 26 in the game. And Lucas, 2 points. So 9-point lead here as Istanbul Efes just continuing to just and there's a foul on Zenovich and the foul on Greg Monroe. And Greg Monroe, yeah, really, who lost that guy? So Greg Monroe with a chance for the 3-point play as he nails it. So 85-73. Stuckey trying to stick with Lucas here and Farmar. And Farmar did a better job defensively to shore up the loose ends there. Not so much of an easy 2 points. I think Drummond had the block. So Monroe, hit off the the bottom end of as Josh can't get the shot to go in. As Ship, can't get the finish. And Josh Smith So inside to Drummond, and he'll get 2 points. So 87-73, and that will be all she wrote. Just about. As Erdan just would not quit. And that's the ball game. So good job. Yeah, far less three-pointer shots for Ephes in this game. So 87. So good game for Detroit tonight. 87-75 in this game as the Pals of Auburn Hill. Jordan player of the game, John Smith tonight, as he had a stellar ball game. 26 points, 3 assists, 1 rebound, no steals in the game, as he really helped Detroit early in the game. Really paced the way for the team. 26 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists in the game. Brandon Jennings with 14 points, 6 assists, and a block shot for him. Stuckey with 12 points, 2 blocks in the game, 2 rebounds, 6 assists for Rodney Stuckey. Andre Drummond, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 block shots in the game. Repko with 7 points in the game. Drake Monroe with 7, plus 2 rebounds, assists, and 3 block shots. Singler with 5. Villanueva with 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Caldwell Pope had 2 points. Billups had 2 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists for him. And Mitchell and Bynum did not play in the game in Istanbul. Barak had 13 points for the team. 7'1" man out of Croatia. And then Jordan Farmar with 12 points, 2 assists. Josh Shep with 11 points, 4 assists. And Sanovich had 10 points. Jamal Lucas had 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. And Semi Erdan, 6'11" man out of Turkey. Semi Erdan, 9 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. And Vucevic also with 6 points, 1 assist. And then Sinceri with 4 points, and Guler and Gullum with no points in the game for the team. So good game overall. 87-75. Only 1 3-pointer for Anadolu Efes in the game. 7 of 14 for Detroit. As really Anadolu really went to town on the inside game. Really driving the lane hard, fast points in the paint. They led Detroit by 20 points, 60-40 in this game, and not too many turnovers in this game. Total of 8 in the game for between both teams, so not too bad. Both teams kept the ball very well. Did not turn the ball over a whole lot. So oh yes, good game. Way to go, Pistons. So that sounds like a capital idea. We'll do the Timberwolves on Throwback Friday, 2K14, and we'll start that when I come back from my week of work. So on Friday night, Throwback Friday with NBA 2K14, I think it'll be a lot of fun and get to see some differences in the game between where the game is now, which is 2K20, to where it was when the PS4 came out, and NBA 2K14 was the first game on the new system. So a lot of differences, but I tell you, the franchise has grown since the early days, and it continues to grow now. As I tell you, 19 and 20, 2K19 and 20, I've enjoyed both games, and I still have a lot of fun with both games, and I'm certainly enjoying the EXBA League with you guys on 2K20. And but it's always fun to kind of go back and enjoy something, a little blast from the past itself. So Mike and Lady and Ryan and everyone else, I certainly do appreciate it tonight. Thanks for staying up with me a little bit later than normal, as I will be back tomorrow night regular time with some EXBA action. So 2K20 EXBA action, where we'll have the Jacksonville Jump ready to go for their first home game of the season since the finals. So we'll see how they do in their first return game of the season. So until then, I will. Oh, thank you. I will do that. So until then, everyone, have yourself a great night. And as always, tell those closest to you that you love them. And as always, bug love for safety. Respect the distance out there, people. Let's stay well out there, everyone. And as always, keep God number one. God bless everyone. And I hope you had a great start to your weekend. And I certainly hope you enjoy your Saturday. So until then, have a great night, everybody.